My stomach twisted, heart pounding as Ominous's words settled in the air. I strained to hear what he had, but the room remained stubbornly silent.
Guys, look.
Sebastian said suddenly, his voice stripped of its usual confidence. His shoes crunched over dirt and pebbles as he approached a small niche in a corner near the door. Partially obscured by dust and cobwebs lay a piece of parchment. Sebastian hesitated, glancing over at me, the corners of his mouth drawn into a frown. I stepped forward, compelled by something I couldn't name, like an unseen hand nudging me toward it. As I wiped the dust from its surface, a strange calm washed over me. I knew what it was, even before I saw the signature, as though I had been quietly, secretly bracing myself for this discovery.
What is it? What have you found?
Ominous's voice was distant, its resonance merging with the heavy thudding in my chest. I took a slow breath. "It's signed by Gaunt," I said, just as Sebastian leaned in behind me, his breath brushing my neck as he scanned the page. Ominous's red wand light flooded the space as he approached, his steps slow, measured, almost menacing.
What does it say?
I swallowed hard and began to read aloud. "Dear brother, I must prove my point. We do not need to rely on the dark arts as our family insists. When I reach the Scriptorium, I will find evidence that Salazar Slytherin's doctrine is far more profound than we realize. I hope you will follow my lead so that we can study our ancestors' legacy together. Your sister, Gaunt." My voice trailed off, the words, the name, pressing heavily into the stillness. I stepped toward Ominous, holding out the parchment. He reached with trembling fingers, taking it with reverence. His thumb brushed over the ink like he could feel her presence in the paper, as if trying to absorb her through the words. For a few seconds, the only sound was the soft crackle of parchment, smoothed, folded, and tucked away.
If this is still here...
Ominous murmured, voice a faint rasp. Then he staggered. A groan tore from his throat as he clutched his head.
Ominous!
Sebastian was already there, steadying him.
Are you hurt?
Ominous fought for breath, leaning into Sebastian's arms.
It's the hissing.
He panted.
The voice I hear. I know what it is.
He straightened slowly, his face lost in shadow. He pulled away, taking 2 purposeful strides toward the iron door. Above the spot where a handle should have been was a mechanism. 2 entwined serpents, forming a twisted, intricate knot.
The voice,
he said, steadier now, but still laced with dread.
It must belong to an ancient spirit conjured by Slytherin to guard the entrance to his study. It's a snake, and it speaks in parcel tongue.
Sebastian moved first, cautious but curious. I followed, my nerves taut, trying to process the weight of it all. Then I saw Ominous's expression, and my heart dropped. It struck me with a force I wasn't prepared for. It wasn't fear. It wasn't pain. It was shame, radiating from every part of him, the weight of something he'd spent his life trying to bury.
What does it say?
Sebastian asked gently, placing a hand on his shoulder. His voice was softer than I'd ever heard it. Careful, as if he feared Ominous might break. We had crossed a line, and we all felt it. Ominous ducked slightly behind Sebastian, shrinking under my gaze.
It says, "Speak to me,"
he murmured, tone feeble and reluctant. His whole posture recoiled from the words. I turned away, eyes dropping to the ground, giving him space. I counted 5 heartbeats, then he moved. When I looked again, he was standing tall, an outstretched hand reaching toward me, an offering.
I'm a parcel mouth,
he admitted softly.
I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
Sorrow clouded his eyes, the sheer weight of his confession piercing my chest. I wanted to say something, anything, but emotions tangled between words, and as I sifted through them, one rose to the surface. Fascination, awe, and then relief. "Sounds good to me," I muttered, knowing how foolish it sounded. But a glance at Sebastian reassured me. It was strange to see a smile like that in a place like this, a beam of gratitude. Ominous stared, stunned. His mouth opened, then closed again.
This ability is often associated with dark wizards.
He insisted, like he needed me to take it back.
Like the Gaunts.
He let the words settle before adding,
I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open.
His shame was tangible, his family's legacy pressing down on him like an invisible shroud. I wanted to reach out to him, comfort him, tell him that I didn't care one bit about his family, that their darkness had no bearing on his worth. I took a step closer. "I would love to hear it," I said gently. Sebastian's nod of approval gave me courage. Ominous exhaled, sharp and bitter.
I hope you're having second thoughts about all of this,
he muttered, turning towards Sebastian.
I see no reason we should stop now.
Sebastian replied, his voice firm. I was glad he didn't mention we were trapped. Every time the thought crossed my mind, panic knotted between my ribs. Ominous rubbed his temples and adjusted his stance. His lips parted in a silent sigh.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am.
His voice was barely a whisper.
Stand back.
Sebastian and I exchanged a look before retreating a few paces. I fixed my eyes on the back of Ominous's head, my pulse hammering with anticipation. Then, it began. A voice erupted around me. No, not a voice. A whisper, a murmur, a scream. Everywhere, all at once. Not human. A low serpentine hiss slithered through the air, reverberating off the walls. My skin prickled, a shiver climbing my spine as I reminded myself whose voice it was. Ominous's silhouette stood before me, taller now, formidable, frightening. My breath caught.
It worked!
Sebastian's voice cut through the hissing still echoing in my ears. A loud clang ripped through the chamber. The snakes carved into the iron began to writhe, their eyes glowing red as they twisted in slow, deliberate circles. With a deep, metallic groan, the door creaked open.
See?
Sebastian grinned, clapping Ominous lightly on the shoulder.
You did it! Well done!
Ominous gave a small smile, though it didn't reach his eyes. His focus shifted. To me. "You have a rare gift," I told him, meaning it. "This is incredible." He froze, and a slight flush bloomed across his cheeks. Sebastian let out a snort.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out,
he said, heading for the door.
Between the two of us?
Ominous echoed, the usual bite slipping back into his voice.
Never mind.
Sebastian stepped through the doorway, wand outstretched, casting light ahead. The room seemed to flinch at our intrusion, as if it hadn't seen life in centuries. It unfolded like a labyrinth, winding into darkened hallways. Nothing but shadows beyond.
Incendio.
Sebastian murmured. Flames raced down the corridor, devouring dust and cobwebs in their wake.
There is no clear way forward.
He noted, oddly calm. I followed his gaze, footsteps cautious as I felt Ominous trailing close behind, reluctant, tense. The passages ahead were blocked by iron gates, each marked with strange symbols. My mind was already trying to decode the puzzle when a loud metallic clang shattered the quiet. "The door we came through, it's closed," I whispered, stating the obvious, though my voice shook as panic began to swell inside me. The air turned heavier, thick and oppressive like the stone itself. My breath came shallow. A chill, not from the dungeon but from somewhere deep inside, seeped into my bones.
It's going to be fine.
Sebastian said gently, stepping closer.
I won't let anything happen to you. Let's look for clues.
When I turned to him, his smile blurred in my vision. My knees buckled.
I doubt Parseltongue will help this time. Salazar Slytherin clearly wanted this to be difficult.
Ominous muttered, his voice distant, muffled beneath the ringing in my ears. I need to sit down. Pain scraped through my palms as I caught myself against the cold, dirty floor.
Nina, are you alright?
Sebastian, what did you do?
I was breathing too fast. My lungs refused to hold air. A shudder rippled through me as I blinked against the fog gathering in my eyes. A hand pressed gently to my forehead. Slowly, their outlines sharpened again. Both crouched beside me, faces tight with concern.
Nina, it's going to be okay.
Sebastian said firmly.
We'll handle this.
He gave Ominous a look.
Just breathe.
Ominous's hand hovered near mine, close but not quite touching, like there was a thin layer of glass between us.
You can rest until we figure this out. We'll be right back to get you, okay?
I exhaled slowly, my body beginning to unwind. I forced a smile. Go ahead, I'll join you in a minute. Their voices faded as they moved further into the chamber, the sound of their bickering oddly comforting.
This is all your fault, you imbecile.
She'll be fine. She's tougher than you think.
A small laugh slipped out. I stretched my legs, the weight in my chest slowly lifting. Their banter continued in the distance.
Apparently, Slytherin like to play games. Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian.
Then, a faint rustle beneath me. I shifted, my fingers closing around another crumpled piece of parchment.
I'm actually surprised you came prepared.
Oh, come on, Ominous. How stupid do you think I am?
My heart thudded as I smoothed the page, the ink faint but still legible.
Ouch!
Sebastian's yelp echoed through the hallway. I jumped to my feet and rushed around the corner, dread knotting in my stomach.
See? I did it! Who's the stupid-looking one now?
He declared smugly, grinning despite the bruise swelling under his left eye. Ominous crossed his arms, unimpressed.
I can't see you, but I'm fairly certain you look immensely stupid.
He turned his head toward me.
Nina, are you all right?
I'm fine, I muttered, hardly convincing. What happened? Sebastian grinned, then immediately winced as pain flashed across his face.
Oh, it's nothing.
He said with exaggerated bravado.
That little stone serpent bit me. But the good news is, I figured out how to get through the gates.
Congratulations.
Ominous deadpanned as Sebastian brushed past him, stopping right in front of me.
Glad to see you looking vibrant again.
He said, leaning close, fingers grazing my hair. His grin widened as he pointed toward the stone snake perched on a nearby pedestal. Beneath it, 3 symbols were carved into the platform.
Recognize these from the book.
He said proudly.
Just had to match the turntables to the right sequence. Simple, really.
Yeah, looks like it, I said, nodding to the bruise. He huffed.
Details.
With a wave, he shoved the gate open. It creaked loudly as we passed through. Wait, I said, tightening my grip on the parchment. I found another note. Ominous stiffened, his face drained of color.
Go on.
He urged quietly. I unfolded the page. Dear brother, I managed to get through the first door. Apparently this cursed tongue is good for something after all. I am his descendant, and yet I feel unwelcome, but I shan't lose heart. Challenge by challenge, I will make my way through. Your sister, Noctua Gaunt. Ominous didn't hesitate this time. He reached for the parchment, slipping it into his pocket the moment it touched his fingers, sealing away whatever emotion it stirred within him.
Come on.
Sebastian said, voice firm but heavy with guilt.
We're getting closer.
He solved the next 2 puzzles in silence until the final iron gate groaned open, revealing a chamber beyond. It was larger, almost festive, if stone statues with glowing eyes glaring from the walls could be called festive. The sight alone made my stomach lurch with dread, but it was the smell that truly turned my insides. Damp stone, decay, death. This is revolting, I muttered, following Sebastian's lead.
Salazar clearly had a specific aesthetic.
He replied, voice dry. Then, with a resigned breath,
Oh, brilliant. Another door.
This entire place feels like a warning.
Ominous murmured, lifting his sleeve to cover his nose. Ahead of us loomed another iron door, more unsettling than the last. A figure was carved into its surface, its face contorted in anguish, mouth twisted in a silent scream, hands raised in a desperate, pleading cry. I swallowed against the rising nausea. Lumos. The soft glow from my wand crept over the floor. I moved carefully, avoiding loose stones. Sebastian did the same. Then, I froze. Something lurked in the shadows near the base of the door. A pile of bones, brittle and broken, scattered between the shredded remains of a robe thick with dust. Beside it lay an old wand, and unmistakably, another note. "No," I whispered, barely breathing.
What?
Sebastian stopped, choking on the rest. His eyes widened, a slow horror spread across his face. He lifted a trembling finger.
There.
I turned my wand light toward the spot. Etched into the stone floor, in jagged, desperate letters, was a single word. Crucio.